I remember looking at the clock above the oven and I thought to myself, I have about 30 minutes until my kids come home from school. I have 30 minutes to get high before they got off the bus. I went back into my bedroom and I left my door open this particular afternoon. I didn't have to shut it. My kids weren't home. Usually I would. The only people that were there were me and my then husband, Jason. The minute that I pushed in the plunger, I felt a rush as if I were falling, and there was like a helicopter going on inside of my head. And it wasn't like a slow fall, it was fast and dramatic. And the helicopter was just getting louder and louder. He had a panicked voice whenever he asked me, "Oh my God, how many did you do?" And then Jason ran out of the room. And I remember being very hot and very cold. And the helicopter was whoo, 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 whoo. He was like, "Here, drink this." And he gave me a McDonald's cup full of ice water with a straw. And I was just falling and falling. And he said, "If you lose consciousness, I have to call 911. And all of a sudden, I remember waking back up again on my bed. I don't know what time it was. I didn't know where my kids were. I didn't know what time of day, what day of the week. He had told me that he had put Narcan up my nose and administered it, but he did not call 911. I laid there for probably the rest of the day. And I remember being really upset because I wanted to use again because I was no longer high. And I just cried and felt very alone and lost. And if that amount of pills didn't get me high at that particular time, then what was I going to do in the future to get high? Because my pain tolerance, my tolerance for the medication was very high. And finally, the helicopter noise stopped. I was able to regulate my body temperature again. And Narcan saved my life. Narcan saved my life. An individual can't find recovery if they're dead. And I'm so thankful to be standing here today with 6 years sober, living and loving every part of my life.
In the United States, 11 people an hour die due to an overdose. Someone's child, someone's mother or father. Somebody's somebody. That is approximately 250 people we lose every single day.
Drug overdose is the #1 leading cause of death amongst adults ages 18 to 44 in Missouri. There were over 2,000 overdose deaths alone between November 2022 and November 2023.
Naloxone, also known as Narcan, is a treatment designed to rapidly reverse the effects of a life-threatening opioid emergency. Between 2022 and 2023, paramedics in Missouri administered naloxone more than 6,000 times while on call.
Opioids are the most used illicit drug in Missouri. Our state ranks among the states with the highest overdose in the U.S.
Community conversation about substance misuse helps to promote greater access to prevention, treatment, and recovery support services.
Medicated assisted treatment, also known as MAT, helps to reestablish normal brain function, reduce substance cravings, and prevent relapse. People with an opioid use disorder who receive MAT treatment are 80% less likely to die from an opioid overdose than those patients treated without these medications. Medicated assisted treatment in combination with counseling and behavioral therapies provide a whole patient approach to the treatment of substance use disorders.
By having open conversations with our youth about making safe choices and getting involved in prevention initiatives, we can make a real difference. Research has shown that helping young people delay their substance use can lead to healthier choices for the rest of their lives.
This is our promise to work together to prevent these tragic deaths in our homes, in the workplace, to any place.
Drug overdose deaths continue to be a growing epidemic, both statewide and nationally. In 2023, Missouri recorded 1,948 deaths from drug overdose, over 73% of them being attributed to opioids. While prescription opioids and heroin once drove this epidemic, synthetic opioids such as fentanyl have increasingly taken over as the primary substance that is causing overdose deaths.
If you or someone you know is struggling or dealing with a substance abuse crisis, help is available. Call or text 988, available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Observed on August 31st every year, International Overdose Awareness Day seeks to create a better understanding of overdose, to reduce the stigma of drug-related deaths, and to create change that reduces the harm associated with drug use. We may not be able to end overdose alone, but together we can break the stigma and work towards a future free from overdose. Let us unite for collective action and make our voices heard, for people who use drugs and those who don't, for heartbroken friends and family members of lost loved ones, for activists who fight for critically needed policy reform, for healthcare and harm reduction workers, for tireless advocates. While every individual action greatly matters, our voices are stronger, louder, and the most impactful when brought together. Let's raise our voices louder than ever.
Together we can.